And welcome back, everyone. So I'm actually having to redo this video. You'll notice I'm having to hold it. I'm house sitting for a friend, so I'm taking care of our cat, and hopefully he's not gonna come here and just okay. No, he's going up in his tree. Um, but I think the thing is I had this environment to do the video instead of my car. I do it. Unfortunately, I didn't realize how low of an amount of time I had to do the actual review. So, yeah, I'm going to try to sum up my feelings on Space Jam: A New Legacy a bit quicker this time. I mean, I still got about 13 minutes or so for this, but yeah, I'm going to just try to do my best. By the way, if it looks like I'm actually staring at the screen, I'm... the camera... Normally, this isn't as big a problem for me, because the camera's usually like this far away, so wherever I'm looking doesn't really matter that much. But here, it's because it's so close, my eyes do track more to the screen than it does the camera. It's because normally I have like this, space of view to view the camera. Here I've got like this, so I've really got to try to aim for the camera with my eyes this time. But yeah, Space Jam: A New Legacy, was it better than the original? Is it amazing? Is it terrible? And most of all, is it the most cameos we had since Ready Player One? Well, the answer to the third question, 100%. Like, they threw so many characters in the basketball crowd. Like, it kind of got a little, like, jarring. It's like, hey, do you recognize this character? There's Pennywise the Clown. There's King Kong in the audience. Oh, Iron Giant. Animaniacs, if you missed them, Flintstones. Here's Hanna-Barbera. There's Batman. I mean, like, seriously, chill out. But, I mean, what did I think of the movie? Well, I'll sum it up like this. The actual parts with the tunes are a lot of fun. There's a lot of nostalgia there. There's a lot of good jokes. A lot of their personalities are still very much there. And LeBron animated, this is weird to say, but LeBron as a live action actor, he's better than Jordan was. But he's got a long way to go. His acting's still stilted. He's clearly not an actor. They make a joke. They do reference the fact he's a basketball player. I want to say baseball for some reason. That was Jordan for a time. They do reference the fact that he is a basketball player in the movie, not a actor. But when he's animated, his voice actually, because he kind of has a distinct enough voice where it's like, give him the direction, give him kind of like what he's supposed to be feeling and how he'd express that. And yeah, he actually lends himself very well to an animated world with his voice talent, surprisingly. But I mean, I can't really spoil the movie because there's not much to spoil. What you see is what the movie is. LeBron is having trouble connecting with his son. And then this algorithm, or Algorithm, as he's known as, played by Don Cheadle, comes in, kidnaps him, and he wants to play LeBron in a game of basketball and beat him and prove that he's better and all that. Now there's more to it than that, but that's the general gist, and he's got to list the palette of the tunes. There's a subplot involving Bugs and the tunes where the tunes, I'm not going to spoil it too much, but the tunes basically were convinced by Algorithm to, leave the Toon world and venture off into their own, do your own stories. And because it's the WB, Universal server, it's a universe with different worlds, and they're all in different worlds. And some of those jokes hit, and some of those jokes miss. I don't know. Most of the Toon stuff is great, but some of it is a little, and forgive me for my camera being a little shaky. I'm holding it at the moment, so if it does shake a little bit, I apologize. It mostly works, but occasionally it does run a joke that just doesn't work. There is a Michael Jordan joke that I'm not going to spoil, but if you think on it for more than 5 to 10 seconds, you'll figure out what the joke is. And yes, they do make that joke. It also has a similar structure to the original Space Jam as well, where it starts off with his childhood and then goes through a montage of all his achievements as LeBron James. They do add a nice little twist on the think words here. Montage. Wow. On the montage. I just said the word and I blanked on it. It's hot, so my mind's a little fried. They do add a nice little twist on the montage, though, which lends itself to one of the plot points of the movie, where the basketball game they're playing isn't a standard basketball game like it was in the original. And the Monsters, by the way, they do make an appearance. They make a little cameo. It's you can tell it's reused footage, but they still make one. I did find that amusing. But the basketball game they're playing isn't a standard game. There's different rules because it's not a traditional basketball game. I won't go much deeper into that. But I mean, look, the film's got its charm. It does have its charm. LeBron, like I said, is a better actor than Jordan was, and Jordan really only does the commercials. LeBron actually has been in a couple movies at this point. I actually really liked his cameo in Trainwreck. I actually thought that was pretty funny. That's because the writing was really good in Trainwreck. Not so much in a bunch of other Amy Schumer's other movies, but yeah, writing was really good in Trainwreck, and it lent itself very well to that. So I can't say that the original Space Jam is the best movie in the world. A lot of that comes from nostalgia for me and a lot of people. But at the same time, is there things that the original Space Jam had that this one doesn't? Well, I do feel it was just a more simplistic plot. That it was just like, okay, these aliens came, they were trying to enslave the Toons, and let's help with Michael Jordan. They steal Michael Jordan away. Now, I mean, granted, they were breaking a bunch of rules there, but I mean, come on, a computer sucks people into the digital world in this one. So, rules broken, not that big a deal. Just get the white wall back here. So it was a bit more simple. There is a couple more, plot details, plot points in this one versus the original. And it's like, what is? Oh, that's my palm. Yeah, versus the original. So yeah, the first one was a bit more simplified. It did come out in the 90s where you were able to, use a bit more nostalgia from the past. That's why, time keeps on slipping. I remember it fly like an eagle. Yeah. I remember that song. I remember, I think that was, even though that song exists for years, I remember hearing that song from Space Jam. And there were the others, like the Pulp Fiction workers with Sam and Elmer. That was great. I mean, the introduction of Lola's handled better here than she was in the original, because originally her only personality was hot bunny chick. But here it was like, she actually had, personality and character. I love Zendaya, and, she does a good job voicing Lola. Yeah, if I'm going to be honest, I do think this is a better movie. That's no slam against the original. It's just times have changed. They've been able to update some of the flaws of the original. Well, admittedly, not doing the best to update some of the other flaws of the original. But either way, I think it's a good movie. I think good is maybe a strong word. I think it's a enjoyable movie with flaws. It's not perfect, but it's not supposed to be perfect. It's just supposed to be entertaining. And for that, it does exactly what it sets out to do. So, if you were a fan of the original, if you've got kids, you can take them to this. Trust me, I normally go to these on a Thursday. Less crowds, early screening. Technically that's the official day, but it's not official in terms of, day and date, the release dates and whatever. But anyway, but no, I went on to the 6:50 show on a Friday. If that theater I was in was any indication of how well this movie's going to do, this could actually outdo Black Widow in its second week. And Black Widow's probably going to make somewhere in the neighborhood of mid to high 30s, maybe even low 40s, depending on what it does in terms of everything else. But yeah, if that theater I was in was any indication, that Space Jam might actually do pretty well long term. And good for it, because it's good to see these guys back on the big screen. But ultimately, whether I enjoy it or not is strictly my opinion. What do you think? Have you seen the movie yet, and what did you think? Put it in the comments below. But thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. Do a review at some point. Hit that bell if you want to be notified. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you folks next time. I got What If tomorrow, Pokemon teams, and box office on Sunday. The week of What If is coming up, so keep your eyes on that. And next week is Old, which and Snake Eyes. Both I actually want to go see. I'm probably going to see Old first, though. And I know my girlfriend wants to see that one, too. So I'll see if I can take her to that. Well, no, she's going to be back on Thursdays. She's heading out of town for a few days. And, oh, well. Maybe another time, then. Anyway, I digress. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you folks later.